Okay, so I promised a video about America and what I grew up with. And this has changed for some people. And it's very sad because uh, I miss seeing that. Like kids outside playing, you know? Let me go through my list. I'm sorry, but I have to wear glasses now. So let's see here. Playing outside. Dark was our clock. You know, you got home before dark. Because if you didn't, there was going to be some issues. I'm telling you. Major issues. I remember riding my motorcycle one time. And we lived out in the country. And so there was a road that you could go on that, there was only one house on that entire road. And so we were allowed to ride our motorcycles on that road. And it got away from us one time because we were having so much fun, my brother and I were. And I think we even ran low on gas, to be honest. And I had to turn the motorcycle on one side to get all the gas to one side to be able to get home. But anyway, we come up the road, and when you saw my mom walking, you knew you had done messed up. And I mean, you couldn't slow down fast enough because she came up on us kind of quick. We just wasn't realizing we were going to see our mother walking up, up the road, because my mom never walked. And so she just put her hand out and wham, 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 like full force, and here we are on motorcycles still moving. And I'm telling you what, my mouth felt so swollen after that. So you learned, or at least we did, that not that you have to do that with your kids at all, but, maybe that's something that is necessary. We used to say the Pledge of Allegiance in school. Every kid knew it, and to this day, you can ask them, and they will tell you word for word what it is. Ask your grandparents if you're a young one watching this. You could pray in schools. Now, I've heard that you can still pray. You just can't disrupt other people's activities. Well, that makes sense. They're going there to learn. But prayer, I feel like it's always going to be in schools. As long as they have pop quizzes, prayers are going to be in school. Because you're going, oh, Lordy, please help me pass this one. So, we dressed up to go to school, to go to town, to go to church. And the thing is when we got home, we took those school clothes off, those church clothes off, those town clothes off. Those got stored for the next time we needed to use them. We didn't go outside and play in those clothes. You had play clothes and you put those on. And so, I don't know if I've ever told you guys, but I grew up very poor. When I was little, we used an outhouse. And so that's not been that long ago. I hope you, maybe it has been, and I just don't want to admit it. So, all right. And we ate dinner at the table. I do think that TV dinners were introduced during my era, and the TV tables, if there was a special going on, you could sit and watch it while, your dinner while you were watching TV. But most of the time, and they have done a study on this, and kids do better in school if you have sit-down dinners for them. And this gives you an opportunity to catch up on their lives than to get caught up on your life. To just enjoy each other. I had dinner ready for my kids every day when they got off the school bus. They had a home-cooked meal every day. And so, even through the summer, they would have things, chopped up fruits and vegetables and stuff to come in and just grab while they were playing, or they would go get out of the garden, just like I did when I was younger. You could snack out of the garden. You could get what you wanted, because you're not going to take from the family that way, you know. So, and you cleaned your own rooms. That was expected from a very young age for us. And I remember the first time I was expected to clean, and my older sister was the one coming in to check the room. And I shoved everything under my bed. Because I was little. I was only maybe, well, it was before third grade. So, I can't remember the age, but I don't know, maybe 6, 7 years old. But I did clean my room. But she got me on one thing. She took a glove and put it above the windowsill where I could never have reached as a child, and said, "Oh, you're not clean because this is dirty." And you cleaned up your own messes. If you spilt milk, you were the one to go clean it up. It was that simple. If you make a mess, you clean it up. And that's the same thing with, you know, my kids will come to me now and they may have had something go wrong in their world. But when they come back to me, it's with a solution. This happened, this is the problem, and this is the route I'm choosing, you know. And maybe even ask advice. Is this something you would do? You know, is this how you would solve the problem? But we got to give them problem-solving skills. And that starts with, if they spill milk, clean it up. If they get out toys, they put them away. It's just that simple. When we go to the grocery store, we put the cart back. Those are things that build confidence in ourselves, and it makes us feel better about contributing to society. And that will go on into their workplaces too. If they make a mistake, they clean it up. It's just that simple, and they become a good employee that way. We honored teachers and soldiers. And I'm not even going to get into the mess with the military situation now, because I'm sure China is treating their soldiers a lot differently. And that's a shame. We'll get back to it, though. I know. Whatever's needed. But we honored our teachers, and we respected them. And there was a yes, ma'am, and a no, sir, or a yes, sir. And they dressed up as teachers going in to teach work, you know, to teach at the school. They dressed up. And there was a reverence there that was just unspoken, but there was a reverence for God. You just knew from the very beginning that God existed. Nobody had to talk you into it. I never heard of an atheist. I didn't even know what that was until my sons told me what it was. So, in high school, we could have guns in the vehicle on the back windows on a rack. How many of y'all remember that? Guns on a gun rack inside of our vehicles. So when we wanted to go hunting after work or after school, they were already in there. When you didn't have to worry about people stealing them, and you never got in trouble for having them. You weren't pulled over for having them, unless you were doing, you know, sniping, which is terrible. I mean, you wouldn't want to do that at all. I would never encourage that. That's not right. You respected your parents, good or bad. And listen, I grew up in a household that would make some people's toenails curl up. And I still respected them. I still honored them. And forgave them. Because I believe, just like when I became a parent, I was giving my kids the very best with what knowledge and resources I had. So if there's any unforgiveness that you have towards someone on how you were raised, Don't hold that in, because you know what? That it doesn't make it okay what they did. What they did wasn't okay. But why would I harbor it and get sick? And that's what unforgiveness does. I really think it just makes us sick. Historical sites were visited, and you put your trash in your trash can while you were there. You know, it was respected, and you wanted to learn. You wanted to know more about our country's history and where we came from, instead of it being erased and destroyed. Burning the flag was intolerable. You didn't even let that flag touch the ground. There's a certain way that you fold a flag. I mean, when you get done with your flag, you can even take it to have it be destroyed properly through the, I think it's the VA, or the Veterans of Foreign Wars. I believe that probably any of them would take your old flag to destroy it correctly. But you didn't even let a flag touch the ground. That's how much respect and honor people had for their country. Handshakes meant something. When you shook someone's hand, that was their word. They were giving you their word, and they meant it, and they kept it. That was a promise that was not forgotten. And you looked forward to having a soda. A soda pop was just like a treat. It was a treat. It was like getting a dessert, you know. On a Thursday night when Dukes of Hazzards came on, you got your soda and you got maybe even Doritos, and you sit down and you watch Dukes of Hazzards, you know. People looked forward to things. Things weren't so immediate. You had to have that anticipation all week from Thursday night, you know, until the next Thursday night to be able to see it again. You couldn't just go to your phone, put it in YouTube, what you want to watch, and watch it. It's that immediate. And you had to sit through commercials. And if you didn't have a remote, guess what? The kid was the remote. They were the ones that got up and turned it and let their parents rest and let their parents be honored. Let the grandma sit there and enjoy the program, you know? And when she was done watching what she was, then you got to watch what you wanted. But families just kind of worked together on things like that, you know? When the 6 o'clock news came on, you weren't, you know, trying to watch or go over somebody else's program. And even when cable TV came on and MTV and stuff like that, like, you know, there was still respect within the home for each other's boundaries and honoring them, not going in and just changing the channel. And that's awful. We've lost some of that in America. And the thing is that Christians used to be able to show their fruit, and you knew they were Christians because they had the guy upstairs, our almighty God, our creator of everything, to answer to. And we will all answer. We will all answer to him one day. In my belief system, we will. And so, check yourselves, because a lot of this has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with respecting yourself and others, and how America used to be, and it can be again, right? We just got to make ourselves more accountable and hold our heads high. I think we've lost that somewhere, folks, and I don't want to see it happen. I want us to go backwards a little bit on some of this. And enjoy the new inventions, absolutely. You know, enjoy the things that are coming up that are got, you know, legal. All right. I said enough, but I just, you know, wanted to share that with you about America. And I'm not sure when I'll put another one out. This channel has been kind of a, you know, a relaxing thing. It's been something that I've been enjoying, and I may come on again soon and just share more things and hopefully see this channel grow. I have a few subscribers, and that really, um, it makes me happy and it scares me at the same time. I won't kid you. So let me know, as subscribers or anybody that's watching this, what else you would like to see. What would you like to see happen or change in America? What was it you enjoyed when you were growing up that has been lost to you? Okay, I'll leave it at that. Bye-bye.